In 1940, Leo decided that if no one wanted the Okie kids in the public schools, then maybe the Okie children should have their own school. It would provide the Okie children, Leo said, with educational experiences in a broader and richer curriculum than were present in most schools. Above all else, Leo insisted, it would be their school. Using your picture notes and the things that are in your mind, can you comment on how you feel about what was read in regard to this chapter? Ben.
There was this man named Mr. Hart. He made this idea that all the kids should be treated even. They have to have their rights and stuff. So, but there was all these people that didn't agree. So he decided to get the Okies their own school.
Okay. Ranisha?
I think that that is a good idea, that they should have a school for all Okies so the parents won't get so angry, and so the parents won't get so angry that their children are going to be in a school with Okies.
Antonio?
I agree, Ranisha, because I think they'd be glad to have a school, to have their own school, because they'd finally get to sit in their own school, and they wouldn't have to go to the back of the classroom or anything. They can just be sitting there with the rest of the Okies and just learning.
Okay. Brittany?
I think they should be glad to have their own school, because so they won't have to deal with the other kids calling them dirty and filthy and stuff like that, and they can sit wherever they want to sit and they can have whatever they want to eat.
So everybody agrees with Ranisha and okay, raise your hand if you're in disagreement and you have a reason why. Julia.
I disagree because they need to be put together and they need to be equal so they can learn about each other.
Okay. So you think separation is not the answer?
Yes, because we were separated back in slavery with whites and blacks, and they need to change that, and they had changed the whites and blacks, so I think they should change the Okies and the other people only.
Okay. Shannon?
I disagree with her. I disagree with Ranisha because Julia said that they should be all together, because I think that the Okies, they should learn everything that the other kids are learning, and that they should not have to be separated because somebody said that they're dirty and poor and things like that.
Let's go back to Ranisha.
Okay, I disagree with Shannon and Julia because the way it is that all the other kids are talking about them, and their parents are calling the school district saying that they don't want the Okies being to the school, and the parent will have the right to take their child out of that school. And then if most of the parents don't want Okies there, and if they take all their kids out the school, it'll be no one else there but Okies, and then it'll be like they have their own school because no one else would want to be there with them. And I sort of agree with Julia that they should be able to join together, but it seems like it's not the kids, but it's their parents who doesn't want them to be with the Okies. And I think that they're just acting like that because the Okies came from Oklahoma, or they think that they're real dirty.
Melody?
I agree with Julia because if you don't deal with your problem, then it's just going to stay there.
You think the answer is to stay there, deal with it. Okay. All right. Shannon.
Ranisha, now say that Ben teases you, for instance. So you saying that you're going to leave this school just because Ben is teasing you?
No, I'm not saying that it's going to be me, but let's say that it's like all of Vietnamese people here. It's not, and I would like this so I could learn about them. But my parents, they were kind of upset about it. They'd probably take me out to school, but that wouldn't happen because me and Ben are real good friends.
I'm not saying that you guys aren't. I'm saying, say you, like in the book, you are not friends at all. Wait a minute. You're not friends at all. So you're saying if Ben teases you because your color skin or whatever, so you're saying that you're going to leave that school because he's teasing you even though you guys not friends? You have to remember that the other people, they don't like the Okies.
I know, but then if they don't like the Okies, why isn't that the Okies just can't get their own school besides just letting them stay in a school with the Okies.
They should, like Melody said, let them stay there and try to deal with the problem. And then if they can't deal with it, then try to transfer them to a different school. First let them stay there, and then if they keep teasing, then let them go to another school.
I think that it's already, I think it's time, since they have like the movie theater things where you have to go to the back on the balcony. Well, I think that they should have went to made their own school, and I think that Mr. Hart was good at thinking about that.
Thank you. Let me bring you back to the text. This is what a high-ranking school official said about the Okies. You're not going to spend our money for these. You can't educate them. They're going to grow up just like their fathers and mothers. They're a shiftless lot. They've got no brains. Does anybody know that word, shiftless? That word shiftless, can anybody give me a synonym for the word shiftless? Caprice?
Like you don't move back and forth.
Good guess, Caprice. Anybody else? Try that word shiftless. Javon?
Meaning that they're incapable of doing something?
Incapable or lazy, okay? Incapable of doing something or just lazy, not wanting to do it. So this high-ranking school official, how is he different from Mr. Hart? Jonathan?
The other guy, he doesn't care about the Okies, and he's like they're dirty, filthy, and they have like holes in their pants, and
Okay, so he doesn't care. So what makes him different from Mr. Hart?
that Mr. Hart is
Somebody help him? Major?
Mr. Hart is a nice man. He's a lot more caring. He knows what they feel like. He bonds with them, and and I think he would be a great role model for them.
Okay, Terry?
Because he is like being a stereotype about the Okies and calling them all the names, but Mr. Hart is not doing that because he understands how they feel, and he's like stepping in their shoes and everything. So he tried to cheer them up by acting like he was one of them and making them laugh and making them get a little fun. And I have another one. I agree with Julia too and Shannon. I think they should just stay there because they need to like try and get along with the other kids, and the other kids need to try and get along with them, because that's not like being like a good role model for littler children, saying that they didn't like them and they're not getting along with them. So they should like try and make up and try and be friends, or try and discuss each other's feelings so the Okies could tell the other kids how they feel about them calling them names, and then probably they'll stop.
Okay, thank you. Brittany?
I think the way Mr. Hart is different from the superintendent is because the superintendent keeps on calling the Okie children names and stuff like dummy or stupid or something like that, and stuff like that, because I think that he doesn't think that they don't have any brains, but they really do, because they could know things. They can know other things that the other children don't know.
Okay. Caprice?
I agree with Shannon. I think that they should probably stay with their problem because they should, because remember when you said that when they took like 5 of you on the bus and moved you to another school so you guys could be all mixed, I think that the teachers should start teaching them so that they should respect each other. And my other one is I agree with Ranisha. I think they should go to a different school where they can communicate together, and they don't have to be sitting in the corners of schools and have desks and pencils and everything, because in those schools they don't have anything. They have just the corner of a classroom.
Okay. Boys and girls, Now you're going to move into partnerships where you're going to get an envelope that has all of these words in it, and you're going to fit them together based on how you've heard them in the story and their context, or what they mean to you as far as the Okie children, or as far as the Okies in general. But make sure you have a logical connection, okay? Be able to justify it and tell me why.
Pneumonia, that's a disease.
What they mean.
Pride, courage, and strength. Pride.
We're nightmare.
Well, pride. Look,
Right here.
look, here go, look.
Dream and nightmare.
All right, now what?
Poor and pneumonia, they go together.
Huh?
Poor and pneumonia.
Poor and pneumonia, you think? All right, move.
Pneumonia and...
Why do you think poor and pneumonia will go together?
Because you're poor, you don't have food, you can catch diseases.
When you're poor,
Right, like me, you can have no house, no food, you can catch diseases,
okay?
medicines.
So you think diseases are associated with being poor?
Right.
Okay.
Put uneducated and desperate right on the second column. We put that there because they were uneducated and they were desperate to get an education. And we put broke and shabby together because they didn't have any money and they felt shabby because they wore like the sacks on for dresses.
Suffering.
Suffering is misery because it is hard to be suffering and it's misery. And
We
for
put
the
dream is nightmare
nightmare,
because sometimes dream can turn to nightmare. Like the Okies, they were dreaming of a great place. When they got there, it's a nightmare. Strength is courage, and shame is tears.
Okay, thank you. All right, change gears. I would like you in your journals to write your next entry. Remember who you are. The setting is Weedpatch Camp, and step out there and try to use some new vocabulary in your writing this time. Remember to write in the first person. Remember the time period in which you live and what's happening right now.
Hi, my name is Johnny and the year is 1937. Today I'm going to school for the first time. When I arrived to school, I had to sit in the back of the classroom because I am a Okie.
We had to go to the office because I had got into a fight with this boy because he had started to talk about me.
I need dignity, pride in myself. This is a nightmare, not a good dream. I'm tired of suffering from all this starvation and hunger.
My uncle Bucktooth just died from pneumonia yesterday. It broke my heart. I feel that I'm getting uneducated. My dream is to end all the poverty. It's a shame. Us Okies have to live this way. I'm living in misery. P.S. I have the strength to survive. I have pride. Love, Sally Walker.
Thank you. Sally's feeling a little bit better.